What's up, boys? Got some more NBA player props for you guys today over on PrizePicks. PrizePicks, my favorite website for some NBA and just all player props in general. If you guys are not already on PrizePicks, I highly recommend joining. It's available in most states, so if you guys are already on there, use code DOMG. When you guys do go ahead and sign up, they match your first deposit with this code 100% up to $100. So I definitely recommend using my code DOMG if you guys do go ahead and sign up for PrizePicks again. Available in most states. I believe they are now in Virginia too, so that's pretty huge. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and hop into this here. So if anyone is also new, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn post notifications. Those are things that help me out. So previously, you guys, what are those three things? We're going to go ahead and hop straight into this video, man. Patreon yesterday, not the greatest. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Be transparent about that. Just really couldn't get a hold of things. Tried something new. I think I'm going to go back to the old way because it just did not work out. But I got a couple plans in place. Got to get right back on track. But yesterday, just 1 for 2 on both power plays. Did not work out. So yeah, but the video yesterday we were 3-2, so Mason Plumlee did not hit. Donovan Mitchell hit easily. Derek White somehow did not hit. That is so surprising to me. He was one of the ones I was most confident in yesterday, and somehow he did not hit. I'm super surprised about that. The blowout definitely did not help the situation, but that I'm still stunned on that one, on how that one did not hit. I mean, his odds at the end of the day was like a minus 148 to hit 5 assists, and he finished with 3. It was insane. But Pascal Siakam hit his assist, and then OG Anunoby hit his rebound. So 3-2 day on the video yesterday. So yeah, let's go ahead, though, and hop straight into this. But the PrizePicks link and the free Discord link is in the description. People give their free research all the time in the Discord. Someone posted, Wayne did, in the Discord. He posted his 5-pick entry in the Discord, like their little lottery play for the day that they've been doing. So yeah, and that ended up cashing 2x. So unfortunately, Derek White obviously screwed over the 5-pick there in the 10x. So that kind of sucked. But hey, profit's profit, man. We'll take the 2x. So I got on that lottery ticket yesterday that they were doing. So a bunch of good guys in that Discord and a lot of research going on. So I definitely recommend joining that. That link is in the description. But I'll stop talking now. Sorry for the longer intro. Let's go ahead and hop straight into this, man. So all right, let's go ahead and talk about, I literally have, 3 assist props and 1 3-point mix. So only 4 props today, but I'm kind of hopping off the points props. Yes, point props were screwing me bad yesterday. So I'm kind of hopping off of those. I'm hopping on to more assist props. I think assist props have been pretty good for me for the most part. So let's take a look at John Morant here. So John Morant over 6.5 assists. He's going against Detroit today. So we'll take a look at that matchup. But all right, so he's averaging 5.6 in his last 5 games. Has only hit 2 out of 5 in his last 5 games. So if you take a look more of a look at this, he is a minus 140 to hit his over from what I've seen. He's 5 out of 10 in his last 10 games, 53% on the season, but he had 6 on January 2nd against Detroit. So he is 0 for 1 against Detroit this season, unfortunately, but also always do our research in these videos. These are just early looks. I'm recording this at, it's 11:23 right now in the morning. So a lot will change from now and 6 o'clock when I lock my entries in at the end of the day. So always do your research. Highly recommend that. But John Morant here, 6.5 assists. Let's take a look at the lineup here. So John Morant obviously starting at point guard here. It's 11.5 point spread. So there is a major blowout potential here. Be aware of that. It's the National Blowout Association right now. So many games are getting blown out. I also recommend locking in your entries later today. Like after the trade deadline, especially because a lot of guys might be getting moved around today. You don't even know. So 224.5 over under though for this game here. So a lot of points going up though, hopefully. So yeah, that's a good look, but the spread there, not exactly a good look. But you can take a look more at games where like blowout situation games. You can take a look at where John Morant and his assists have been going in those types of games. So if I end up playing that one, I'm definitely going to have to take a look at that. But point guard assists here, Detroit is allowing the third most to the point guard position, assist-wise. So that's definitely a good look right there. This is FanDuel defense versus position, by the way. This website is called Rotowire NBA starting lineups. But let's take a look at the last 7 games here. So Detroit, in their last 7 games, is allowing, what is that, 6? Yeah, the 6th. Yeah, 6th most assists to the point guard position in their last 7 games. So we can take a look, even more of a look at this. Last 15 games, they've actually been a lot better, but still on the easier side for sure. So probably around that 10th range, 8th most range, somewhere around there, to point guards in the last 15 games. So they've kind of stayed consistent on allowing a lot of assists to the point guard positions. So could end up being a pretty good spot for John Morant assists tonight. So it's one worth taking a look at, in my opinion. All right, let's move on here. Let's talk about it. I think this one's a very, very popular one, and rightfully so. I think this has really, really good look to it. So he's 5 out of 5 in his last 5. I mean, it's Luka Doncic over 9.5 assists. I've seen a lot of people on this one today, and I'm one of those guys. So 11.6 assists in averaging in his last 5 games. So this is his assist log right here too. So yeah, going against the Los Angeles Clippers today. So he's a minus 140 to hit his over from what I saw. 7 out of 10 in his last 10 games. He's hit this in 7 straight games. But he did have 9 last matchup against the Clippers. But that was in November, and he's 50% on the season. So he was dishing the ball out a lot less back then, especially in like November, compared to how he is now. I mean, he's 7 out of 7 in his last 7 games. So anyways, let's take a look here at that game. So the Mavericks and the Clippers here. So it's an 8:30 game tonight. 6.5 point spread, 215.5 over under. So I think these are both kind of middle of the road here. Over under, not really anything to super worry about. You kind of like it to be a little bit higher, obviously, but usually a higher over under means higher, faster pace with more rebounds, more points, more assists. Not all the time, but sometimes that's kind of how I like to take a look at it, but people see it different ways. But 6.5 point spread there for Dallas, so it is a little bit blowout potential, but really not super horrible like a 9.5 point spread. So anyways, let's take a look at point guard assists going against the Los Angeles Clippers. So we're still on point guard assists. In the Clippers here, where are they at? So Clippers on the easier side, it definitely looks like. Yeah, definitely on the easier side there. Probably like 12th most assists, right around there, somewhere around that range. Most assists to the point guard position. So last 7 games here, take a look at where the Clippers are at. So the Clippers are kind of in that same spot, I guess, I'd probably say. Yeah, right there. 9.18 is the number, but I like to pay attention to more where they rank among other teams. So yeah, I kind of like that matchup here for Luka, especially with the track record he has lately. So this is the last 15 games, still kind of in the same spot. Maybe a little bit harder, but really nothing really note. So kind of middle of the road matchup. Shouldn't be too tough of a matchup for Luka. I think you can get it done today, especially the way he's been dishing the ball out. But always take a look at this on your own. All right. Let's take a look at another assist prop here. One that we have been going back to quite a lot. We took him last time, worked out pretty well. It's Steven Adams over 2.5 assists. I don't have any odds for this one yet, so do keep that in mind. But he's going against Detroit today. So last time we took him against the Clippers, that ended up working out pretty well. So averaging 4.2 in his last 5 games. So yeah, let's take a look at this here. So he had 4 in his last matchup versus Detroit. He has 7 out of 10 in his last 10 games. But we already talked about the blowout potential here, so again, blowout potential, so that's kind of something to note, 11.5 point spread, but the over-under is there. But if you take more of a look at this here, I did take a look at this one. In games where Memphis wins by 10 plus points and Steven Adams is playing, he's hit at least 3 assists 76% of the time. And he's hit in 10 straight where they win by 10 plus points. So I'm not really that worried about the blowout in this situation because he's hit his last 10 games where they've won by 10 plus points. So that doesn't mean he's going to hit, obviously, but I'm not that worried about a blowout. Those numbers kind of made me a little bit more eased on this prop here. So especially with him hitting last time against Detroit, which was a game where they did win by 10. So let's go and take a look at this here. So it is a low number, though. It could end up being a sweater, so do keep that in mind. But I know last time it was. I think he had 1 assist going into the fourth quarter and grabbed 2 in the fourth. So you just never know. But let's take a look at the matchup here versus Detroit. And Detroit is definitely on the easier side here. So not a bad spot for Steven Adams, I don't think, here. So definitely on the easier side, it looks like. Probably around that 13th, 14th most assist range to centers that Detroit is allowing. Last 7 games here. Detroit is kind of in the middle still. I'd probably stay in the middle. Yeah, probably about right in the middle. Maybe a little bit on the harder side. 16th, 17th, I don't know. Somewhere around that range. So it's kind of the middle of the road matchup. I'm not too worried about it. Last 15, Detroit is on the easier side. So yeah, not a horrible matchup. Kind of middle of the road. Don't really mind it. Should hopefully be able to hit this prop here. So yeah, not a bad spot. Had 4 in his last matchup versus Detroit. So that's kind of why I'm liking that one. All right, last prop here. We got Mikal Bridges. So we're going to take his 3-pointers here. That's what I'm taking a look at. Ooh, they added a lot more 3-point props. Got a lot to take a look at. There's only like 5 on here before, and I was looking. So they added a lot now. But Mikal Bridges over 1.5 3-point makes. So 3 out of 5 here in his last 5 games, averaging 1.6 in his last 5. He's had 1, 2, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 2, 2, and 1. So going against Milwaukee today. Let's take a look at this spot. We'll take a look at the matchup and all that different stuff. So All right, he's a minus 120 to hit this over, so nothing crazy there. But he's 6 out of 10 in his last 10 games and has hit 46% this season. So going against Detroit here. Or I'm sorry, going against Milwaukee here. So this game is at 10 o'clock. So got a finals rematch here. 3.5 point spread, 232.5 over under. So this is only like a very, very good game for some overs. Should hopefully not be a blowout, but it's the National Blowout Association. You really never know. And then it's a 232.5 over under, which is great. So love to see that. But this should be a really fun game to watch. So, all right, let's take a look here at small forward going against the Milwaukee Bucks. So season long, small forward, 3-point makes. And Milwaukee's allowing the second most 3-point makes to the small forward position so far this season. The number is 3.29, but I was like paying attention more than ranked among other teams. So yeah, kind of barely under Portland too. I mean, 0.01. It's the last 7 games here. Milwaukee is still staying consistent though, allowing the third most 3-point makes in the last 7 games. Last 15 here, though, they get a lot better, but still definitely kind of on the easier side there. So Mikal just needs 2 in this game here. So take a look at the last 30. I mean, if you really want, and they're third most. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good spot there for Mikal Bridges to hit his 3-pointers, hopefully. So do they just take one off? They did take one off, it looks like. But yeah, I'm liking Mikal a little bit. I've seen a lot of people on Bobby Portis too. I don't mind this prop right here. I mean, he's been killing us lately, but I'll take a little bit of a look at Bobby Portis here. But the only reason I'm personally not going to take Bobby Portis is that they have a good 3-point defense to power forwards. So that's I'm sorry, we're looking at center. What am I talking about? Bobby Portis is a center. But they have a good defense to the center is what I meant. So still, they got a good 3-point defense to center. So that's the only reason I'm not taking this. He's a very heavy favorite to go over this. So this is kind of like a bonus prop. Nothing official though. I'm not going to count this one. So even if it hits, so 1.5 3-point makes for Bobby Portis. So it's worth a look for sure. It looks very, very good. He's heavily favored from what I saw, but the matchup is definitely on the tougher side. So it's one that I'm going to take a pass on today, but I would not be mad if someone took it. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for today's video, man. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully we have a good day tonight, good night. So I'm thinking it should be pretty good. Hopefully I need a good night here. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, man. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Of course, use all the links in my description, so the PrizePicks link and the Discord link and all that different stuff. So yeah, definitely sign up for PrizePicks if you guys are not already. I recommend it, so take a look at it and see if you guys want to join. And use code DOMG. So it's going to do it, man. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.